Hey guys, welcome to an interesting video on Wild Rift. So they're back with another AP Zeri variation. Now, this one's actually a bit surprising because he actually performs way better than I expected. Now, normally I don't think AP Zeri is that strong. I think like normal AD Zeri is like gonna be better majority of the time. But in the previous AP Zeri video on the channel, we talked about the AP Zeri that focused on spells. So really, that build, you had things like your Mana Mune, you had things like your Oblivion Orb. So you're really focusing on doing big damage on your Q and your W. That was kind of the main focus of that version of AP Zeri. But with this version of AP Zeri, we're actually focused more on auto attacks. You're playing AP Zeri like AD Zeri, but the only difference is, of course, you're building AP and you're actually doing a lot of AP damage. So the main reason why this actually works is because, in case you guys didn't know, let's take a quick look here, is that on Zeri, on your ulti, you actually do scale the attack. Your attacks do scale off of AP. So if you take a look here, on the last line of the first part, you will do 5 bonus magic damage. 5 plus 15% AP, and it's the same thing as the first line here, the triple shot that is gonna do extra 5 plus 15% AP. So with this build, of course, when you build AP, you are going to do bonus damage on your ulti, and this actually means when you ulti, your damage is actually kind of insane on your auto attacks. You guys will see in the gameplay later. And yeah, let's just go through the build. So first up, we're going to start off with the Gluttonous Greaves. Now, despite the fact you're building AP, getting just Omni Vamp in general is just very useful. So, we're still going to go for the Gluttonous Greaves. We don't really need the Mana Boots, so we are just going to go for Gluttonous Greaves for just the more healing and as well as AD here. Then we're going to start off with first item, Gnash's Tooth. So Gnash's Tooth gives us, the attack speed, the ability haste, as well as AD/AP. Now, at the beginning, this will give you AD because you do have AD from the boot. So this will start off with 30 AD, but of course the moment you go into Riftmaker, in fact not even the entire Riftmaker, but I believe when you get, like, for example, the Fiendish Codex, it already gives you 35 AP. So Fiendish Codex plus another Amp Tome is going to convert this into an AP item. But anyway, so it's going to give you the AP/AD, and of course it's going to give you the on-hit AP damage. So the on-hit AP damage is going to, again, combine with your ult's on-hit AP damage as well, and it's going to give your normal auto attacks on-hit AP damage. So that's kind of where a lot of the AP damage comes from. And then we go into Riftmaker, which is a very good AP item in general. Gives you a lot of AP, obviously. Gives you Pen, Ability Haste, and the two most important parts are the passives, which is, of course, number one, the Omnivamp, which, again, you're auto-attacking a lot. You're playing her like an ADC style. So you auto-attack a lot. Omnivamp, very good. Void Corruption passive, very good as well to do true damage, because, again, you're going to be in long fights. So Void Corruption passive is really helpful. And again, guys, don't forget that even though you are focusing on auto attacks with this build, you are still building AP, so you still get 60 AP from here, 80 AP from here, and the next item, Death Cap, 100 AP, and increasing your AP by a ton. So your W and your Q is still going to be doing a lot of additional damage. So this, not despite, but in addition to the fact that your auto attacks will be doing a lot of AP damage, don't forget that your Q and your W will also hurt a lot. And the initial cast of her ult will also hurt a lot just because of AP. Now I'm going to have to test this build a little bit more, but I think that there is potential that this build might actually be even better than the AD build because it really does a lot of damage. And then we have Crown as our next item just for the extra defensive capabilities. And for the last item, from my experience, at this point in time, you normally have enough damage already. So I think actually the best item to go for here is actually GA just for the revive. But if you want more offensive options, you do have these two options. So you have your Lich Bane, plus again you can spam your Q and your W quite often, so you can proc Lich Bane quite easily. Or you have Runan's Hurricane to attack like 3 people at one go. Of course, this will proc Gnash's Tooth onto all 3 of them, so this could be really helpful as well. And of course, you have the more utility-focused AP items like Anti-Heal on Morellonomicon, or Anti-Shield on Oceanus Trident, which can come in handy in certain matchups where there is a lot of healing or shielding. So for the runes, I think Conqueror here is best because, again, you sack it out really easily and you get additional AP and Omnivamp. Brutal, because you still auto-attack a lot, so you can proc it very often. Giant Slayer still gives you the most value here, and because you're auto-attacking a lot, Legend Alacrity is still very useful here. And of course, we have Bone Plating for defensive capabilities, or Hex Flash if you like that. And then for the spells, we go for Ghost as well as Flash. You can also go for Exhaust if there are multiple threats onto your life. That also works out as well. So all that said, let's move on to our gameplay. Okay, so now we're going to get into the gameplay itself. Now, this match I actually took exhaust because there was champions like Yone and Diana that really easy to jump on top of you, and there's really little counterplay to that. So I think that exhaust in this match is actually better than Ghost, although I think in most matches Ghost is better. Now, I would say that you should probably only pick AP Zeri when your team is lacking AP. Like in this match, we don't really have AP other than Seraphine, who, if she depends on whether she builds damage or support, may or may not have a lot of AP. But honestly, as I said, after playing AP Zeri, I actually think it could possibly be better than AD Zeri. So I think that there is a possible argument to just pick Zeri by default. Now here, Lux is taking a ton of damage. I have a full stack Conquer, and they're still fighting. I do get rooted, but Seraphine just comes in with an auto to kill her. I exhaust the Vayne, so Vayne has to flash away because with the lack of movement speed there, we could just run her down. Considering me and Seraphine both had flash as well. And yeah, so pretty lovely start to the game. Honestly, Lux kind of trolled the lane there because she allowed me to auto attack her so many times that I got my Conqueror fully stacked out, which should never happen. And actually, surprisingly, Seraphine with Zeri is a pretty good combo because Zeri Q and W does apply a slow, so this actually allows Seraphine to root with her E single cast, which is actually very, very helpful. Now, Zeri normally prefers to play with enchanters, so Seraphine works out well. Of course, you have others like Janna, Lulu, Yuumi, probably a little bit more preferable. But here, nice root goat comes in from the Seraphine. Does get rooted though, and pretty much just one shot with the electrocute. However, does manage to pick up the kill onto the Vayne before she dies. So overall, it's a 1-for-1 trade. Both supports getting the kill. I would say the kill goal is probably more useful on Lux because Lux can just like one-shot people with one combo, so I don't really think that was the best trade in the world. But it is what it is. So now with goal in the pocket, I'm going to reset and pick up my Gluttonous Greaves. 2 assists in the bag for me. Seraphine's gotten both kills, so she is 200 gold up on the Lux. I am also 200 gold up on the Vayne just from farming, because obviously when she's dead, she can't farm. Now Akshan is coming in for a very nice, well-timed roam, because his wave is only just crashing. I mean, not crashing, but colliding. So here, unfortunately, it doesn't really pan out. Like, nothing really happens. Now Ahri is coming to match the roam. But she is spotted on the ward, goes in with the ulti. I don't really have ulti yet. Ahri gets rooted, I'm trying to deal some damage to her, warding the bush to get vision. Akshan goes in with the heroic swing, does quite a bit of damage. Seraphine is taking a bunch of damage from the Orb of Deception. Ahri is on 1 HP, so is Vayne. Lux really low as well. Lee Sin is trying to make something happen, but he's not landing his skill shot, so nothing is really happening. Here I flashed in with the ulti, and I thought I could kill like at least 2. I know I'm going to die to tower shots, I just auto attack one more time for fun. But I thought I could kill at least 2, and trading flash for like and my life for like 2 kills, I think is probably going to be worth it. But trading 1 for 1, probably not the most worth. But yeah, it is what it is. So we don't actually pick up the kill there. Like, there was 1 HP, a little bit unlucky, misjudged the damage just by a little bit. And here Diana is kind of finding herself in the middle of my entire team. Akshan picks up the kill. Seraphine flashes but doesn't actually have cooldown, so that was kind of a waste. Goes in with the ulti onto the Vayne. We finish off the Vayne. Seraphine picks up another kill. 3-1 is the Seraphine right now. And Akshan finishes off the Lux as well. Now we are sharing tower playing goal like 3 ways because Akshan is here. He's actually out of range for this one. Ahri is coming down for the rotation. We're going to try to ignore her and pick up 1 more tower play, which we do. And yeah, so the enemy bot lane is coming back. Ahri is going to rotate back to mid as Akshan comes out of base back to mid lane. Both mid laners with a lot of good rotations this particular game. And here now Diana is here, so now we are going to have to kind of back off a little bit. Because we don't really want to get ganked by Diana. Now, honestly, I think Diana should have known that she spotted just based off of the fact that we just ran away randomly. But she does, and she initially tries to hide in the bush, but now she just kind of reveals herself and helps to push in the wave, or maybe steal the minions. I don't know, depends on how you want to see it. yeah, so now there's 4 men, three men in the bush here. Ari comes in with the charm. I'm gonna have to kind of just hop away. Unfortunately, I just died to the ignite. I'm not sure why I hit my alt button there, because I obviously was not gonna survive. Or rather, I was trying to hit my alt button to get lifesteal from the Gluttonous Greaves, but I was kind of a little bit out of range because I got condemned by Vayne. The ult actually buffers through the condemn, which is kind of unfortunate. Huge fight breaks out here. Lee Sin picks up the kill onto Vayne. Diana is chasing in. I'm not sure why Lee Sin kicked her out of the tower. I'm pretty sure that just saved Diana's life. I think if Diana tanked the tower just one more time before Lee Sin kicked, I think Diana would actually have died. But I think a little bit of a panic kick by Lee Sin there. But yeah, this is not actually the last time that this is going to happen. Like, the ult actually gets buffered through the condemn. So if I press ult and Vayne condemns me, it actually going to push me away and then my ult goes through. This actually happens again later on in the game, which is actually really, really annoying because it means my ult hits nobody and I basically just whiff my ult. Which, yeah, I think that's just kind of just an unlucky interaction for the Zeri side and a nice interaction for the Vayne side of the matchup. Here Dragon is up, Lee Sin is going for the Dragon, Herald is warded, so we can see Yone is now on the Herald. Just started it though. Here we secure the Dragon, and Diana and Yone are doing the Rift Herald. Aatrox tries to go in, but he's 1v3, so it doesn't really work out. They get the Herald and they're going to get the kill onto Aatrox as well. I don't think Aatrox should really have gone into contest because our whole team was at Dragon, so really unlikely he can get anything done here. We are, however, trying our best to pick up the first tower of the game. We're blasting this bot lane tower. It's getting really, really low. But the Herald is getting popped mid, so mid lane, yeah, tower does go down, so they do get the first tower of the game. However, we are going to trade it for a tower at least. So there is at least some consolation prize here. I'm going to pick up the Nashor's Tooth. And I think I'm actually farming pretty well this match, considering you can see 3-1 and 3 Seraphine is same goal as me. You know, she got a long kill goal, but not really the farming goal. But yeah, I think I'm still doing pretty well this game, despite the fact that I have 1 kill and 2 deaths. Of course, Zeri does scale insanely well, so we just have to, you know, maintain our farm, and eventually we'll scale to a point where we do a lot of damage. Making sure to ward the bush. And lean towards the side that we warded. Now Vayne, I'm not sure what Vayne is doing. I don't know why she's coming so close. I run into a charm by Ari. Unfortunately, Vayne is really, really low. Yone ults in. Seraphine ult comes in. I am able to get the ulti. I'm trying to chase down the 1 HP Ari, flashing forward, auto Q for the kill onto the Ari, and now I'm gonna have to back off a little bit. Now here I get stuck in the awkward spot. I have to dodge to this side because of the Lux Q, and here Yone comes in. I pop the exhaust and I actually managed to kill him before I die, giving me a 700 gold shutdown onto the Yone, which I think is pretty worth. But Vayne then kills me and gets my shutdown. Overall, I still think it's worth overall because I got such a large shutdown from the Yone, whereas Vayne got a smaller shutdown from me. So overall, I would still say that is alright. Yone is the most fed member of the game, 5-1 and 3 now after taking that death from me, and I'm actually quite close behind in terms of gold. I'm like 300 gold behind. If I got like a couple of the kills early game that the Seraphine got, I would actually be more fed than him at this point in the game. A little bit unfortunate of a situation there. Now at this point, Nashor's Tooth is going to be AP because we do now have, you know, 2 AP items, both the Alternator as well as the Fiendish Codex in the bag. So I believe we have enough gold to complete the Riftmaker here. Yep, we do. So first 2 items completed. Now I'm thinking I need to go for a QSS this game because of like Lux Root, Vayne Condemn, Ari Charm, things like that. QSS would be pretty valuable in this game. Now I'm trying to be a little bit cautious here because I don't have any summoner spells up at the moment, so I'm pretty vulnerable to just dying straight up. So here I'm just waiting, getting a little bit of damage onto Ari. I know she doesn't have Charm, so I'm just backing off a little bit. Charm goes onto Yone. Seraphine does quite a chunk of damage onto him. Ari charms the minion, so Charm is down again. I hit a Q onto the Ari, chunking her out just a little bit. And it kind of becomes a mini ARM here. We have 4 people on both teams in the mid lane. Seraphine and Akshan are resetting. I have nothing much to do at this point in time, so I'm just going to farm the Raptors. and I see a wave at bot kind of stacking up, so I'm just making my way there slowly, and I see Aatrox now going for that wave, so instead I'm just going to pick up the Krugs, and Aatrox gets the huge wave. Meanwhile, I get 2 jungle camps and the red buff, which red buff share, I guess I could say, which is pretty alright. Now here I'm going to back and pick up my QSS. My team is looking to get a pick onto Ahri. Now there's a problem here, because Dragon is spawning, but Yone is split pushing. So here I actually decide to go and stop the Yone instead, and Diana as well. I probably can't stop them from getting this tower, but if no one responds, they could actually push for inhibitor, because they do have quite a big wave. So here I'm just trying my best to do something. I actually chunk Yone to half health, you know, just based off of a very fast combo, and Diana's taking a bunch of damage as well. So here I want to rotate to my team, but again the wave is pretty pushed, so I'm just going to clear out this wave first. So now here is where the major mistake comes in. I somehow make the mistake of thinking that because I just spotted Yone and Diana, that they aren't going to rotate to the dragon, but they actually reset and rotate to the dragon. So I'm wasting time here farming the Gromp instead of rotating to help my team. So I wasted like a good, I don't know, close to 7-8 seconds of doing the Gromp, which I could have been with my team right now. And this gives the enemy enough time to kill my team, and now my whole team is dead, only I'm alive, but I can't really do anything by myself. So now I have to go back to just farming jungle camps, and I think I kind of screwed up, you know, the course of actions here. I should have, you know, either cleared that wave and rotated, or just rotated straight away. Because now I'm in this awkward situation where I'm the only one left alive, and enemy team is probably going to get a mid lane inhib because I can't defend the inhib tower by myself. I'm here trying to watch out for Ahri. I was trying to ult here to clear the wave, but again, the Vayne interaction comes in where she condemns me away, and I end up ulting nothing. So this is the second ult I wasted this game because of the Vayne condemn, which is kind of annoying. I'm missing the Scar's Bloom a little bit here with the Zeri aiming. But yeah, so we're now just gonna go catch the bot wave. Yeah, so but the only good news here is that we still have very high farm. If you take a look, the only person with higher farm than me is the Yone, who of course is very fat. He's 7-1, whereas I'm just like 3-3. So I am doing a very good job of farming, and there is going to be a pop-off fight at some point in time, hopefully, that I can, you know, win the fight for my team, being you know, as fat as I am. But in the meantime, we're just going to make sure we get as fed as possible by just picking up, you know, things like the raptors and such. And just making ourselves in the best position to wait for you know, a time that we can, you know, pop off. Here, Ahri is warding here. I get caught by a Lux Cube. I don't QSS because I don't see any follow-up, you know, going to happen. Here, so I don't think there's a lot of threat. I'm slowly lifestealing off of the minions using the passive from the Riftmaker. I grab the red buff here and I'm going to reset just to replenish my resources a little bit. And picking up a couple of M tomes here, building towards the death cap, of course. And now I'm going to clear out the minions. Ahri whiffs doesn't really whiff the charm. She hits the Aatrox with the charm, but not me. So here we eventually get the kill on her. And here you can see the insane damage from the ultimate. Now I flash forward onto the Vayne, kill the Vayne. I'm focusing the Yone. Yone is taking a bunch of damage. And here we managed to catch him out, and we eventually pick up the kill on him. We QSS, and here you can see we're just auto-attacking Lux because she has no spells. We might be 1 HP, but you know, she isn't able to damage us anyway. So we just chase her down, and eventually my team finishes off the kill onto her, and we are able to pick up the minions. Now you can see I'm 1 HP, but since the whole enemy team is dead, there is no one that can actually kill me. So instead of resetting, I'm actually going to help my team to push, since there's literally no way I can die. But now that we've picked up that tower, the enemy team is respawning in like a second. 3 enemies respawning, so this is where I'm going to reset and ensure I don't just die to a respawning enemy team. So I pick up the death cap now. Huge major power spike for me. I actually have more gold than Yone now. I'm the most fed member of the game. And here I'm going to quickly clear out the bot wave. Not bot wave, the top wave. Baron is up, so I do want to stay on the Baron side of the map. But at the same time, Dragon is going to be spawning soon. And if we get it, it is going to be Dragon Soul for my team. So we definitely want to look out for that as well. So I want to get a ward on Baron, like right here. Enemy team also gets a ward on Baron. They have the same idea. Now we know Yone's in that bush, so I was actually trying to W through the wall, but not this wall. I was trying to W through the mid lane wall. Doesn't quite work out. So here it's kind of just like ARAM again. Lee Sin is all the way behind the enemy team, tries to go for some kind of weird flank or weird pick, but he's not getting collapsed on by the entire enemy team. My team is trying to catch up to him, but we lose our jungler with Baron up and Dragon about to spawn in 20 seconds, which is kind of a disaster. Zeri W over the wall to check, and I'm putting a ward there just for a little bit of vision, but we have to back off from the Dragon because we don't have our jungler. We're going onto the mid wave instead. Akshan ulti comes in for just a little bit of poke onto the Yone. Pretty good ult by Akshan, I would say. Now, enemy team is going in on us. I hit a nice W onto Vayne. I ult over the wall, finish off the Vayne. Now I'm going for the Lux. I QSS and dodge the charm from Ahri. Finish off the Ahri and now focusing the Yone. Quadra kill for me, and unfortunately Akshan takes the Penta. I think that Diana was actually coming for me because I was 1 HP and I had exhaust up, so I actually think I could have gotten Penta there if Akshan didn't do anything and the Diana came for me. But anyways, we can actually just end the game here because the whole enemy team is dead, and we do have a mid lane wave. Enemy team has no Nexus shield, so we take the Dragon anyways. Just nice, the wave crashes into the enemy Nexus and we can just finish off the Nexus like that and we win the game. So I'm going to leave you guys with the stats as usual. You can see the insane damage that AP Zeri actually does. So thank you guys so much for watching the video, and goodbye.